Rachel and I would like to ask you some questions. First, have you ever flown on an aircraft? Second, have you ever wondered how something so heavy could fly high in the sky? Well, the answer is aluminium. So, what is aluminium? As we can see from the periodic table, we could observe that aluminium is located at group 13, period 3, with the total proton number of 13. Aluminium is one of the most common metals found on the Earth's crust, accumulating around 8% and usually found as metal ore. The reason to this is because aluminium itself is too reactive with other elements to occur naturally. Aluminium is made up of metal ore bauxite, which is made up of aluminium, silica, iron oxide, and titanium dioxide. As we all know, aluminium is known to be non-corrosive, because whenever they are in contact with air, they will immediately develop a thin layer of aluminium oxide. They are also 3 times lighter than steel, which makes them extremely durable. Apart from that, they are extremely cheap compared to other metals, which attracts many industries. Besides, aluminium is also widely used in construction, engineering, electronics, and mostly our focus topic, aviation. Aluminium has revolutionized on how we build aircraft, and now I would like to pass to Najwa to explain more about the timeline between the aluminium and aviation.
Hi there, I'm Najwa, and I will explaining a brief history of airplane with aluminium and how airplane generally function. Going back the time machine, the first successful aircraft to fly was the Wright Flyers in 1903. It was invented by the Wright brothers. Unfortunately, the plane only flew for 4 minutes since the effort to make it light caused only limited amount of fuel available to fill. The aircraft only made of fabric, spruce, and ashwood, those wasn't very durable. It won't be until 1915 where a German aircraft designer Hugo Junkers successfully designed the world's first aluminium-made aircraft named Junkers 31 monoplane. It was discovered that aluminium is not suitable since it wasn't strong enough to be the main material. So, a mixture of aluminium alloys comprising of copper, magnesium, and manganese was used to strengthen aluminium, thus making aluminium alloys a revolutionary alloy. To understand why aluminium alloy is so useful for plane, we need to understand how plane works. Modern aircraft in generally are very heavy, with the 747 weighing up to 439,985 kg. To make them fly efficiently, planes need to fly at an immense height up to 35,000 feet. But at such altitude, air is so thin, pressure and oxygen level are so low, and temperature is below freezing point. These are a few factors where it's not easy task finding the perfect material to build an aircraft. So Daniel, would you care to explain the anatomy of an aircraft and which part of it is made out of aluminium alloy?
Hi there, I'm Danial, and I'll be explaining to you where aluminium could be found on an aircraft. Firstly, to clear things up, the percentage of aluminium differs from aircraft to aircraft. For example, in modern high-tech planes like the Boeing 787 and the Airbus A350, only 20% of its material is made out of aluminum because the manufacturers have opted for a lighter but more expensive material called carbon fiber. In cases of classic jumbo jets like the Boeing 747-400, up to 70% of its material is made out of aluminum. So, we'll be using this aircraft type as an example today. Firstly, aluminum alone is not strong enough. Thus, many different types of aluminum alloy has been created to accommodate our needs. The few common aluminum alloy used for planes would be aluminum alloy type 2024, aluminum alloy type 5052, and also aluminum alloy type 6061. For basic aircraft like the Boeing 747-400, the plane structure would comprise of firstly the cockpit section, the fuselage section, the tail section, the wings section, and most importantly, the engines. Aluminum could be found all over the structures. So, the most prominent part of an aircraft using aluminum alloy will be its fuselage. Fuselage is where the pressurized cabin and the cargo area could be founded. Aluminum alloy is also used as the wings covering. It is also used as the flaps and slats on the wings. Moving on, in the tail section, aluminum alloy is also used for the horizontal and the vertical stabilizer of the tail. It is also used as the rudder for the tail. Moving on to the bottom part of the plane, the wheels and landing gear links is also made out of aluminum alloy. If you go inside the cabin area, aluminum alloy could be found on the legs of seat, the floor section, and also the control panels in the cockpit. Aluminum alloy is also used to make the bulkhead, which is the separating partition of the plane. Have you ever wondered why this aircraft part uses aluminum alloys? I'll pass this to Nukman to explain further in depth.
Hi there, I am Nukman and I will be explaining why aluminum alloys are used as the material for the certain main part in an aircraft. First of all is the fuselage. It is usually made from the combination of aluminum alloys. The reason why aluminum alloy is used as the fuselage is aluminum alone is lightweight. Aluminum alloy is 3 times lighter than steel, and as fuselage is the main structure of the aircraft, it needs to be as light as possible. This is because the greater the weight of an aircraft, the greater power required to generate and to maintain the lift of aircraft. Next, we have the wings, flaps and slats. This part of the plane are extremely crucial from taking off to landing. Any imperfection on the wing surface will cause air resistance and stall the plane. So, aluminum anti-corrosion property is immensely ideal. This will reduce the possibility of rusting on the wing, thus maintaining the wing's perfect smooth surface for aerodynamics. For the horizontal and vertical stabilizer at the tail, they are crucial to provide stability for an aircraft. The tail will keep the aircraft to flying in a straight path. Enduring extreme pressure from the wing in all directions is a very tough job. So, aluminum alloy is used to enhance its strength and endurance against the extreme wind. For the landing gears, it needs to endure the extreme pressure when landing. Aluminum alloys are very much ideal to handle the pressure. But as precaution, all aircraft will have maximum landing weight to avoid failure and collapse of the landing gear. Planes fly in extreme temperature, and aluminum is amazing in maintaining its structure in high and low temperature.
So, in conclusion, aluminum is a widely used metal in many industries and mostly in airplane manufacturing sector.
Secondly, the discovery of aluminium alloys have revolutionized how we build planes, enabling us making them bigger, faster, and stronger.
Thirdly, aluminum alloys could be found all over an aircraft. For example, the fuselage area, the wings area, the flaps and slats, the stabilizer, and the landing gears of a plane.
Lastly, aluminum and aluminum alloys are used vastly in airplanes because of its immensely helpful chemical and physical properties.